Hi, my name's Pat.
And I'm Isaac, and welcome to the Walkmen Comics podcast. You're not saying it, I'm saying it.
Beat it. Beat me.
So, today, we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be talking about the craziest, most craziest...
It's not our dumbest, randomest podcast we've ever done, / random thoughts.
Yeah, it's our...
It is, just with our top 10... How many is it? 10?
It's top 5 craziest alternate versions of Spider-Man, because we don't have time for 10.
Pew, pew, pew,
So,
pew.
yeah, so, this is kind of like, a podcast that we both watch called the R&B.
I don't watch this.
Yeah, it's, So, this is kind of like a podcast that we both watch called the R&B.
I don't watch it whatsoever.
Oh, I watch it. It's called the R&B, done by, Comic Story, and he's a really cool YouTuber.
Oh, that. Oh, I kind of get bored through that. No offense if he watches this, which I really doubt.
What I do is I just listen to it as I'm doing my comics, and,
I listen to the Steven Universe podcast. That's way more fun.
Yeah, because you really like Steven Universe. But, yeah, today we're going to be talking about the craziest alternate versions of Spider-Man, the top 5. So, I've done all the research this episode, instead of Pat doing it like in the Marvel Legacy one.
Thank you.
Like 9 podcasts
Wait, have we
ago.
done a DC Rebirth one? We should do that.
Yeah, next episode we're going to do a DC Rebirth one.
Hell yeah!
So, yeah, anyway. I should start. I have a bunch of them here. So,
Do you want to do one each?
nah.
You do,
no.
then I do, then you do, then I do, then you do, and then I do.
Well, you're gonna take ages to read it, because you're dyslexic.
Hey, no. I take offense to that, thank you.
What?
That is mean and hurtful.
I thought you were actually serious for a second.
No, I'm actually serious. That actually hurts.
Sorry.
This guy's mean and dyslexic.
Sorry.
What's racism? Racism for dyslexics. Racing dyslexic. Fuck. You mean?
That's you when you can't read. That's what you sound like.
You can't see me beating him up, so...
He's beating me up with a Christmas hat.
Yes! Snap!
Anyway, before we get too crazy, I should actually start.
Okay.
So, the first one,
I wasn't gonna read your notes anyway.
Whenever we do a podcast, we're, like, really immature and
I
really
gotta be
weird.
more
So,
serious.
like, we need to actually be serious, like, not mess around. I mean, we can be, like, we can joke around and stuff, but, like...
Would you
we
like
need
to
not
give us
mess around,
tips on, would you like to give us tips on
everyone's
what...
just gonna be like, be more serious. Like, they're not gonna actually, that's the only thing they're gonna say.
Well,
but, okay,
I don't
other than be more serious, what should we do?
Yes.
Just, don't say be more serious, because we already know that.
Which is impossible for me.
We should actually start before this gets too far off topic. So, the first one is, Spider-Ham from Earth 8311.
Do you think it'd taste like bologna if we cut them up? Or ham? Or bacon?
That's disturbing.
Spider bacon! Limited time offer!
So, let me read...
Okay,
Okay,
10 pieces!
Dude, please. There's only one guy, you're killing him. He's a superhero. Like, you shouldn't
Spider
kill him.
bacon!
So, let me talk, please. So, I got
Sorry.
these descriptions off of,
The wiki.
the Marvel fan wiki. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Never trust it.
What do you mean never trust it? It's actually the most reliable thing about Marvel. And they don't have stuff like this on the Marvel website as far as I know.
They do.
I mean, they don't have, like, descriptions of every single thing.
If you can't see me, I'm nodding, and my Christmas hat is bobbing.
Bodding.
Pudding. Pudding and bobbing. Booting.
How do you come up with this stuff?
I have no idea.
Anyway.
My brain is a mess.
So, I should start. So, first one is Spider-Ham from Earth 8311. So,
How
Peter
many
Porker
multiverses are there? Just quickly before you start.
probably, there's infinite multiverses.
So there'll be like, once we've done every single number, there'll be like an infinite one at the very end. And it just...
No. There's
an infinite one creating the infinite ones.
No, that's not how it works.
No. There's an infinite universe
Okay,
creating
think about
the
it.
infinite
So every
universes.
time something happens, it creates an alternate universe where something else could have happened. Like, so say
That makes no sense.
So say a butterfly flaps its wings.
I'm thinking about
in an
Marvel,
alternate universe, it waits it could wait a millisecond to
But
do
I'm
that.
talking
It could
about
wait
Marvel.
2 milliseconds to do that. It could have never done that. Like, think about all the infinite
That's the
possibilities.
multiverse theory, but I'm talking about something
Yeah,
else.
that applies to Marvel, and then there's like all these different universes that
Yes,
are like
but-
way far away.
How come Peter Parker is Peter Porker and Spider-Ham? What choice did he make to turn himself into a pig?
No, this was like way back when the universe was being created. Like everyone was animals or something, you know. Anyway, let me talk
And
about.
when was Spider-Man
We've been
in the
doing this
1930s?
for 5 minutes, and I still haven't started.
Hypocrite punch!
Yeah, alright. Let me read the description. Okay, Peter Porker was born a spider, simply named Peter, residing in the basement lab of May Porker, a slightly goofy animal scientist who had created, in quotes, the world's first atomic-powered hairdryer, end quote, hoping that the invention of nuclear fission into America's beauty salons would revolutionize the healthcare industry. After dousing her head and activating the hairdryer, May Porker accidentally irradiated herself and, in a delusion, bit Peter, who then found himself transformed into an anthropomorphic swine much like May Porker herself. Running from the May Porker homestead, disorientated, Peter soon came to realize that he still retained a spider's abilities. What did you say what about?
May Porker.
May Parker. See?
No, I know that, but she just sounds like a villain. Oh, wait, what would it be like?
You sound like Wario at the start where you're like, what?
Wario.
Or Waluigi. You sound more like Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Mario references. Yay. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Alright.
That just sounds mean. She's so mean.
She's not
May
mean.
Parker in every single storyline has always been the nice caretaker of Peter.
I know she is in Spider-Ham though. It's just that she sounds like a villain, but she isn't. You know.
You make no sense whatsoever. Let's go on with the next
What do
one.
you mean that makes sense?
What is it?
I mean I don't make sense.
Zombie
Okay.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, there's a zombie Spider-Man. Here we go.
God.
You read my notes, and alright.
Uh-huh. I guess I'm not as bad as you would think.
Okay,
I can read.
You read that upside down, so you're even better.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
My
we
hand's
can
stuck.
read. Anyway, let me not get into that. So, Zombie Spider-Man from Earth 2149. As he was swinging through New York, Peter Parker spotted the Avengers having an altercation with an apparently irritated Ash Williams, holding a chainsaw and a shotgun. He swung down to offer his help, at which Colonel America asked him to wrap him up in webbing and take him away, which he did. However, while being carried through the city, Ash told Spidey of his incredible journey from the gates of heaven where a zombified sentry had punched him into this world. They came upon
Makes no
the
sense
zombified
whatsoever.
sentry, biting and infecting Colonel America, Miss Marvel, Black Widow, Luke Cage, and Hawkeye. The man told Peter that he thought the source of the problem was the Necronomicon. As they were making plans to search for it, the zombified Colonel America launched himself in the air and bit Peter Parker, turning him into a zombie.
Sounds super boring. Wait, is this the Marvel Zombie universe where...
Yeah.
Doesn't Spider-Man swing off his veins? That's just gross.
Yeah, I know, it's awful. It's really
That would be
disturbing. I hate
painful.
it. Well,
this
zombies
is
don't
what-
feel pain though.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do you
They
think
don't
he's
feel.
If he did, do you think he would have just gotten used to it now?
Yeah, he would. Like, Logan is used to like pulling out his claws, so.
No, he still says it feels like knives. Even Laura. It was in, I think, All New Wolverine.
No, but like it would hurt, but he gets used to it though.
Yeah. All New Wolverine, written by Tom Taylor. We met him, of course.
Yeah, on YouTube, on our
Yeah.
YouTube, I put
Yeah, where we met him.
Yeah, and he said that you should watch Walkmen comics. So yay,
Yeah.
I'm totally fanboying.
We also, I read this. It was one of my favorite stories. Where Spider-Gwen and All New Wolverine, Laura Kenny, met each other and their minds got
Was
swapped.
it a generation
No, it wasn't Generations.
Oh, okay.
This was like way before even Legacy was announced. It was like a year or two.
Oh, sorry, I thought I got confused with like normal Wolverine and new one.
All new Wolverine. So yeah, this is when they met. And when Spider-Gwen's trying to figure out Laura's powers, and Laura comes in saying, "Don't do it. It feels like knives coming out of your hands."
Oh.
That's,
yeah.
I mean, and she's had that, and she's a pretty tough girl, and if she says it feels like that,
well then, who knows?
oh god, it's
like
gonna hurt. And she's probably gonna scream,
far out. No swearing.
Fire truck.
No swear.
Fire truck.
Fire truck. It's gonna be so weird on the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next one is actually one that you would know.
Miles Morales.
No, he's not weird. He's not one of the crazy ones.
Oh.
This is one that I find crazy. Superior Spider-Man from the main universe, Earth 616.
This is one of mine. Oh, can I tell?
But you actually researched them. Aww.
I feel so hurt that you think I wouldn't.
Okay, well then, anyway.
Can I tell this one?
Well, you can read what I wrote, but...
No.
Okay, just explain it then.
Okay, so what happened was Doc Ock was dying. So, is in his attempt to thwart Spider-Man, that kind of sounds like thwip, but villainous. Thwart.
It sounds like a really sad version of thwip. Like the Spider-Man when he's depressed and he whips like
thwart.
Sounds like thought. You know, doesn't it? Thought.
We trademarking that. Thwart.
Thwart. Yeah, let's trademark it. Yep. Can't use it now, Marvel.
Yeah. Eat that.
Just imagine like a really sad Spider-Man. You're like thwart.
Depressed Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay, I'm adding that to my list.
Times,
I'm adding that to my list. I've already created an origin. The Lorigin. Okay.
Alright, why not? That can replace your Suspirious Spider.
Suspirious. Cinnamon syrup Spider-Man.
And that's another one. There we go. Do it, Marvel. Create a syrup. Create a world where everything's candy, and then there's a syrup.
He sends off syrup.
No, everybody is like made of candy, but he's the
Captain
only normal
America
human, and he feels like an outcast, and then he gets bitten by a candy spider and becomes like Syrup Spider-Man. Yes, we are doing it. Awesome.
That is our.
Tell us about Suspirious Spider-Man.
Whatever. So Doc Ock tried to swap minds with Spider-Man.
Yep.
And Spider-Man died in Doc Ock's body. But what happened was he got all the memories of Peter and everything he's been through.
Yeah.
He knows his identity. He knows everything. But he also knows all his tragedy. So he's like, I will still beat you, but by being a better Spider-Man. So he started going off around the world.
So it's called the Suspiria.
Syrup Spider!
I keep saying Suspiria. Superior Spider-Man. That's why he's called that, you know.
Then he went thwarting around the city.
All right.
This is so he literally started off really good.
There's something that said it on the Marvel fan wiki that you forgot to mention. So it says Otto's discovered the true not in brackets, in inverted commas, true meaning of with great power comes great responsibility via Peter's harrowing memories. So he decided to live up to Peter's legacy and become the superior Spider-Man.
Fine, but
don't say Suspiria. Don't say.
You just said it. Ha! No,
yeah,
but
I was saying what not to say.
Okay, so what I was going to continue. This storyline started off really well. The only thing that happened was a majority of the fans, which I think is dumb. This storyline was amazing. Said, I don't like this. Go back to the original Spider-Man, and started sending death threats to the writer. So
holy
even
shit, death threats. What the? It's a comic. Why did you send death threats about a comic?
I don't know, but the guy got so stressed at he just wanted to quit the comic.
What?
I'm not sure if he's still writing it.
Why would you send death threats about a comic?
So he switched back to.
It doesn't make sense.
He set up the new storyline, and it was only 30 issues, and it was a good storyline. So what happened was, he even started out good. He said he made a company. He went to university again, finished it, created these spider bots to help him, and got a girlfriend. This is where it went downhill. The goblin came back, unhacked the spider bots so anyone wearing a goblin mask would not be seen. See where I'm going with this? He started threatening J. Jonah Jameson because he was the mayor at the time. Guess what else he did?
What? You're telling this story, not me.
So then he started setting up his base at the Vault or something. Black Gate. Oh, no, that's DC. The Vault, I think it was. So he could overlook everyone. He quit the Avengers, fought the Avengers, escaped barely. And they all knew he was a fake, but in the end, Goblin took over and Otto could not cope with it, so Peter took over and Otto died forever. It was a sad ending, but I think it was gonna happen eventually. It was just gonna happen. But it was sooner than expected because of those stupid death threats. That actually happened. I'm not joking.
That's like really stupid, actually.
It was
that
a
doesn't
comic.
make any sense. Yeah, it's a comic. You don't.
They're gonna come back.
About a comic.
They're gonna come back. Just wait a year or two.
Yeah.
They're gonna come back. What's your next one?
Anyway, so the next one is Spider-Man 1602 from Earth 311.
I've never heard of this.
So Peter Parkour is a counterpart. Hey, that's from the animated
TV show.
series. Yeah, it's so
like,
cringe.
So
It's just
cringe.
like when normal people do this, they call it parkour. I mean parkour. But when I do it, I call it parkour. Like he's videoing himself and he says that.
It's a
It's
vlog.
so cringe. Yeah. Anyway, Spider-Man 1602 from Earth 311. So Peter Parkour is a counterpart. Shut up. Peter Parkour is a counterpart to Peter in the miniseries Marvel 1602. Albeit without powers. In the series, I can't read my own writing.
Well,
he acts as an apprentice to the spy master Sir Nicholas Fury. A running gag involves Peter almost getting bitten by unusual spiders, something which finally occurred at the end. In the sequel, the thing stopped. Hold on.
Did it? I think it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going. Anyway, in the sequel, 1602 New World, he takes the identity of
Peter.
the spider, of the spider. Later, Peter's dual identity is revealed, and with the death of his beloved Virginia Dare at the hands of Norman
That's
Osborn.
a really weird name.
I know.
Who would name their daughter that?
I don't even know. He returns to
They must
Europe.
hate their daughter.
Yeah, and
I hate
falls
you. I'm
in love
gonna
with
give you the
Jane
worst name
Watson
ever.
and joins her family of theatre performance. During a battle with Baron Octavius, Norman Osborn and Curtis Connors in Venice. Where was I up to?
I don't know.
A bystander picks up some of Peter's webbing, which eventually serves as the basis for the super soldier serum and creates Captain America in World War II in this universe. That's really cool. I really like that.
That's actually a smart way to create Captain America.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a smart way. Okay,
Anyway,
what's your next one?
So the next one is, I think it's the final. Yeah, it's the final one.
What is it?
So this one is Spider UK William Braddock from Earth 833. So
I don't know the entire origin, so I'd actually be interested.
Yeah. I'm about to tell you.
I'm about to tell you.
You sound like a muppet. Is that an insult?
Thank you very much.
Is that an insult or not? Or do you?
I don't know.
Okay. A rookie Captain Britain, William Braddock, came to learn of the Great Hunt, where Morlun was detected on Earth, 1983, killing the Spider-Man of that world. And after watching two other spider totem-connected people being manslaughtered, he runs away to warn Saturnite. Wait, what does that say? Saturnine.
So I think it's Saturnite.
Saturnine. I don't know.
Saturnine!
And Roma of the murders. However, Saturnine more distraught over the incursions grew angry at what she felt was something insignificant and ordered Roma to throw him out. However, Roma was much more sympathetic and charged William with protecting the other spiders, considering that their murder must have been for a truly sinister purpose, for which she gave him a talisman to enable him to travel through the multiverse.
Ooh.
It's kind of cool, kind of weird. Anyway, that's basically all of the origins for those Spider-Mans, Spider people. So yeah, that's
Well, okay, now it's my go.
Okay.
You got one more?
No, I have like a bunch of notes and stuff to talk about in this podcast and stuff.
Alright. Do you want to say those to the end, or so I can go?
You don't have any notes. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anyway,
I love Spider-Man, so I read a lot of Spider-Man.
So do I.
I've got
We're
a big collection of
awesome.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can see it on the shelf right now, all these comics, just like, you need to buy a warehouse to put them all in.
Hey, that's not true.
It's just a shelf, I'm just joking. Anyway.
They can really fit on just the one shelf.
Yeah.
There's not that much. Okay, so, my favourite Spider-Man. My first one would have to be The Ultimate Spider-Man, written by Brian Michael Bendis. This is probably
Wait, so I did the craziest ones. Are you doing your favourite?
Favorite and craziest.
Okay.
I am a crazy person.
Doing a bit of a mix-up.
I'm a crazy person.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. These are probably everyone's favourites, but Ultimate Spider-Man is my favourite. It's just, Brian Michael Bendis has been going through a rough time. He started off great, kind of going weird, and now he's switched to DC, which makes no sense whatsoever since he's a great writer for Marvel, but they let him have too much freedom.
Yeah.
So I think this was one of his original good ones. This series tackled what a teenager was like. Like
to a better extent than what it used to, you know.
So what it used to be was
like what
literally,
the other comics were.
Like, I didn't mind. I actually read some of Stan Lee's original run, but they were just a bit over dramatized, and everyone after that followed that. But
yeah.
Brian Michael Bendis actually not learnt, but
he knew what to do.
He knew what to do, and it was a modern society as well. He had a mobile phone, he had everything. It was actually probably one of the best Spider-Man series of all times. The only thing that really annoyed me is that he ended it. It was a fairly good ending, actually. I have no complaints about this. I was gonna say he ended it roughly, but I was like, no, he didn't. He ended it good.
It was really sad, actually, how he ended it.
I cried.
Reading the comic.
Yeah, reading it.
Wow.
I read it, and it was just...
Okay, well then it's good.
It was amazing, but it was so crazy, everything that he went through to become the best Spider-Man ever. He even had a rocky relationship with Cap, but he even got Cap to cry at the end when he died. And Captain America cries at nothing.
Yeah, something, the Ultimate Universe is, like, my favorite. Like, what happens is, after Ultimate Spider-Man is Ultimate Fallout, and, it's basically,
Miles Morales.
everything, well, yeah, it talks a bit about Miles Morales. It's, like, everything that happened after Spider-Man's death, and it shows, like, Peter Parker's funeral at, like, the big cathedral in Manhattan, and, May Parker is there, and, like, Gwen Stacy, all those people are there.
All his friends.
And then like, Captain America is there.
Harry die? Yeah, Harry died before. So that's even sad. Most of his friends were dead before he even died.
But then at the funeral, there's, Captain America, Steve Rogers, he goes there, he goes there and cries. And then,
which is, like, if Captain America cries, it is sad. And Captain America in the Ultimate Universe was really cold and heartless for a majority of it, because when he woke up out of the ice, he had lost everyone, so he shut himself off to everyone.
Then, like, that part of, like, Peter Parker dying is, like, really a massive turnaround for him.
Plus, Spider-Man was,
he, like, sort of cares about things more.
He was more of, not just the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, he was, like...
the friendly city Spider-Man.
Not just the city, he was, like... It was kind of everyone's favorite hero, because he would do the little things that would probably make everyone's day better.
Yeah,
He would even help old ladies cross the road. I mean,
He
If
did
you
that
do-
in Homecoming.
I know.
So then,
And that's what it's based off.
Yeah.
Which is kind of making me scared that they're going to kill him.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that.
Um,
Yeah, but then in Ultimate Fallout, what happens is that we get to see Miles Morales for the first time, and then there's Ultimate Comic Spider-Man, which sort of
dives into what happened before.
Just before Ultimate Fallout, you get to see Miles Morales' story building up to where you see him in Ultimate Fallout and then continuing on from there.
Yeah.
But he actually went to Peter Parker's funeral, which is really cool to see. Just a quick
because he got his powers and he felt like he could have done something.
He talked to Gwen Stacy there. He asked her, at that time he's feeling really guilty that he didn't do anything to help Peter Parker. And then he sees Gwen Stacy there and he says, why did he become Spider-Man? And then basically she says because he wanted to do something to help everyone around him. And then that's sort of that's a turning point for Miles. He realizes that he should become Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one because we've talked about this for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
6 minutes straight. Okay, so my next favorite crazy one. I don't really. Well, I do read it, but no, I've kind of just got back into it. It's called Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. I feel like this is crazy because it was such a simple, smart idea to do. What if Spider-Man stayed married to Mary Jane?
Oh, yeah, that one.
And they had a kid. It was just so smart, and it was this is what would have happened. And I've just bought the Marvel Legacy 8 years later. I didn't like it when I first started reading it, but by the end I was yeah, this is a family. He even acts like my dad sometimes, Peter Parker, and it just seems like he's a dad. This is a great family story, but it's crazy because Annie is a little girl and she's got these amazing powers. Her two parents are superheroes, and you're she was younger than Peter, and she just wants to use her powers. It's actually a really good story. I like the original ones more, before they did 8 years later, personally, but I still like the 8 years later. Okay, and this is everyone's favorite, which has literally risen to the top, Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
This one's actually just smart, but crazy. This one literally went out on a limb. If this one failed, they were going to cancel it. It was supposed to be just a little story, one issue thing, but it was just so popular, they're okay, we'll put out a little volume, which explained how she started. It was so smart that they used Peter as her motive. Because Peter, he was bullied, but if he didn't get the spider powers, what would happen to him? He committed suicide.
Yeah.
He became the lizard.
That was
and his allergies or whatever acted up. It was serious. And he died, and Gwen couldn't save him. And she got blamed for everything. So she's carried that guilt. Even though she started persuading most of the city that she's a good person, there's always something that's stopping her. The issue I think I've just read, which is a while ago, but I know the one that's come out, she's joining Gwenom, or something, I don't know.
Gwenom.
Where she literally dimension hopped with Miles Morales. They made out that boring stuff, but they tried rescuing Miles' dad, but they also talked about what's been happening with Gwen, which I like, because if you don't include that stuff, you just stop for a little event or something. What's the point of that? You still need to have story arcs for what's been happening. Yeah. And what's been happening is that her father's in jail, she's joined the Kingpin, which in this universe is Matt Murdock. If you don't know who that is, that's Daredevil in the main universe.
That's really cool.
So, everything has changed, and everyone's acting up. Everyone's kind of have a gender swap as well. Captain America is now a black African-Canadian woman who fell in love with Steve Rogers, who was a comic writer.
Oh, that's cool. He's a comic writer.
And wrote stories about Captain America.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It was just really smart how they did all this, but they make it seem like it's already been a universe. They introduce characters such as the Captain America, well, the female Captain America, like she's been there for ages. Isn't that a smart idea? Like, they're smart, but they're crazy in what they do, which I like.
Yep.
How many have I done? 3? 2 more to go. Oh, I already did one, the Superior Spider-Man. And I think my last one would have to be... just so hard to pick. There's so many. Can I use the Homecoming one?
Sure.
I'm gonna pick the Homecoming one because it's kind of a mix between the main universe Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and the Ultimate Spider-Man, which...
yeah, I think Ned Leeds is, like, heavily based on Genki. Like...
I feel like that's a bit, like, okay. I don't mind.
Well, that kind of says... Like, I'm not really sure if they ever make a movie on Miles Morales, how they're going to do it.
They're making an animated movie.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know how that's going to work since... well, it's made by, Sony anyway, so...
Yeah, so...
But, like, if they ever put him into the MCU, then, like...
They're gonna have to either kill Spider-Man, or they're gonna make Spider-Man a billionaire, or a millionaire, I don't know.
Yeah, but if they ever put Miles Morales into the MCU, they're gonna need to put Genki in there, because he plays a big part of the story. But if they've already put a guy like that, like Ned...
They can change
then
him.
how are they gonna really sort of do that?
You know what bothered me about Homecoming, though?
What?
There was MJ technically, but she's all weird. MJ's weird.
Michelle Jones, not Mary Jane.
Yeah. If they don't have proper MJ, which will probably bother me a little bit, I'll be a little annoyed, but it doesn't matter. They're going in a different direction, and the MCU is known for taking a few risks. They play it safe, but this one was really risky. They've had 2 reboots. This is the second reboot. This is technically the third trilogy. The first one just was about to make a 4th movie, just kind of failed. The second one, which was Amazing Spider-Man, failed because I think Andrew Garfield was fired. Yeah, he was fired. So
yeah,
when they
do you know
this,
why?
They went,
he was fired for a stupid reason.
I know, he didn't
Like,
show up to a Sony event.
Because he was sick. Like, really sick.
I know, I told you this.
No,
Yeah, I know everything.
You did.
Yes.
I know everything.
Think. I know everyone's thinking.
So you're a mutant.
Probably. Or an Inhuman. I kind of like Inhumans more. Not really the TV show, though. Just Inhumans are cool. So yeah, back to this. They took a big risk with this and made all the actors young. And if they stuffed it, because they're young actors, which I have complete faith in them, of course, but since they're young, they're just starting really their career. So they tried going for better known teen actors, and yeah, this was one of my favorites and craziest because they just took so many risks with this story and the character.
Yeah.
They even got him a new suit, all teched out. I didn't actually hear you list off 2099 Spider-Man because I know you like him so much.
Well, I don't think he's... Well, he could have maybe replaced Superior Spider-Man so that you could have talked about him. I think that would have been a better way to go.
Well,
so
I guess
how about let's talk about 2099 Spider-Man actually.
Okay, yeah.
So basically he's Miguel O'Hara, a man in the future, and he works for a company called Alchemax, like a scientific kind of thing. And he was testing out a way to sort of bring back the DNA bring back the spider that turned Peter Parker into Spider-Man, because that's all been revealed by then. And,
wait, how long ago though?
I don't know, but
was Spider-Man killed? Like the classic Spider-Man?
Not in that universe.
Oh, thank God.
I
don't know much about 2099.
No, he's like grew older, and then he became a billionaire, founded Parker Industries, but he's already dead by then. Anyway, so he's already grew old and died. But yeah, he's trying to bring back that thing because like Spider-Man has been gone, but he accidentally uses it on himself and turns himself into a freak. And he's like a bit weird. Like he thinks that to like get rid of it, like get rid of like the punishment on himself. He needs to become Spider-Man or something. And it's a little
Because he
bit.
feels probably guilty that
Yeah.
he didn't use his powers or something. I feel like that's a cool character and a cool concept, but he just seems so dark and depressing. He's like Batman. No,
Yeah,
Damian Wayne Robin.
In the 2015 version, he actually goes back in time to 2099 because like.
He was sent into the past.
Yeah, but New York was like destroyed, and then he like goes back to 2099. Like everything's like a post-apocalyptic world. It's really cool, and there's like an evil Hulk that like controls the entire place.
That is cool.
It's awesome. Like you'll love it. Read it. It's awesome.
I will. I think that was a good story.
Yeah. And it started in the 90s when comics were really weird, but that was like the only good one in the 90s. Like they did a bunch of 2099. They did like Thor 2099, Captain America 2099, all that stuff.
Yeah, lots of the 2099 characters were cool, but some I didn't like.
Yeah, 2099 Cap had like a hollow shield. It's really cool.
Isn't it a girl? There's like a.
No, that's in 2019 when he goes back. But in 2099, there's like a.
2019.
I mean, in 2099, there's like a really cool
female Captain America.
In 2099 there's a male Captain America. In 2019 there's a female Captain America. But anyway, what were you saying?
I don't know. Let's finish up with a funny story quickly because we are trying to make them shorter.
Tell the next quick one.
It kind of came back to me, but I kind of forgotten it, but then remembered it, and then kind of forgotten it, then remembered it. So.
You talked about this in episode 3 of the podcast.
And it's like episode, what is it now? 9. Okay, I really need to do this.
Yes, you do.
Alright, so the story with the Nesquik, it's very vague because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was, this was like, we had begged Mum to get us like this Nesquik tin, and we saw the date. It had to be used today. And Mum's like, it's a short tin, we can do this. And she just bought it for and I'm in it. I have 2 sisters as well, so we got this tin. So we went to the counter, we bought it, and she's like, you sure you don't want to just grab a new one? That we just restocked them, and she's like, nah, we'll probably finish it today. It's not that big. Oh, God. Mum said you can have 3 scoops each, because I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. We didn't really read the label till after. You're supposed to have 1. If you have more, it can have some side effects. One of those is diarrhea.
Spider-Man.
One of those is diarrhea or constipation and stuff like that.
Which one did you end up with? Spin to win. Will you get diarrhea or constipation?
It's a 50-50 chance. Now, there was another one. I just don't remember. There was like 3 possibilities.
Diarrhea, constipation, or AIDS?
I don't know.
Let's risk it.
So we had like...
I prefer diarrhea.
We had the whole thing. So we had like a few glasses of it, of course, but we had like 3 scoops in each. But we had like a few glasses, of course, and we had the whole thing by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So by lunchtime, because we got this in the morning, it was like 8 in the morning we got it, and then by lunchtime it was like 1:30. It was just like, we started feeling a bit weird.
Here we go.
Oh, I remember the other side effect. So I apparently had a bit too much Nesquik and didn't swallow all that little dust stuff and mix it in. I sneezed out all the Nesquik stuff.
Oh.
I don't know how, but I just sneezed all the dust out and it went all over the table.
Yeah.
So I cleaned it up quickly because I knew I'd get in so much trouble if you're cleaning it so quickly. And then guess what? Me and those are my sisters.
I'll beep it out. Do you want me to beep it out?
Yeah, just beep it out. Bleep, bleep, bleep. We all started hearing something growl, and we looked down at our stomachs, look back at each other, see the one bathroom, and run. We're just fighting to get to the bathroom. There's someone already in there.
Oh.
And we're just holding on so much. It's just get out of there. It was a funny day. Well, that's it for this podcast.
So yeah, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
No more Snapchat.
MySpace, Omegle.
Do we have those?
No, we don't.
Okay, just Instagram and Twitter.
Also go to our website.
Check it
because
out.
it's really cool. You can read our comics on there. Some of them.
You can access it through the YouTube channel.
Yeah, there's a link in the description. You can go check that out. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. What do you want to talk about in the next episode?
How about we talk about a mystery? The mystery
Podcast. We're not going to spoil anything because we haven't thought of anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, do you want to finish this off? Say something.
Bye-bye.